Hello and welcome back. I am Jeff Grant Media. In today's unboxing and first impressions video, we have not one, but two packages from Huckberry. Now, Huckberry did send me these as samples for review, but all the opinions in this video are mine and mine alone. I did not share the contents of this video with Huckberry prior to publication. They will see this when you do. In addition to that, there will be affiliate links in the description box down below. If you're considering buying what is inside of these packages or any other product from Huckberry, please consider using those links. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but I do earn a small commission from that sale. Now the money goes back in the channel, help me produce more content so consumers can make informed purchasing decisions. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forget exactly what's in these packages because the OluKais, which you can see this logo right here, they shipped separately from the OluKai warehouse, and they kind of got held up in UPS for like a week. I think they lost the package more or less, and they had to find it and then ship it. So this order was placed like probably 2 weeks ago at this point, so I've been waiting on this one to arrive to film this video, so I kind of forget what was in here. I do know I have two pairs of sandals because there is a Huckberry Danner collab sandal, which is very interesting, and then the OluKais, which is a standard regular sandal, or flip-flop if you will. Now, I did have intentions of doing some shorts and some sandals, doing like a summer shootout, but some of the items I wanted to use for that shootout, they were unavailable, so I don't exactly remember what's inside of this package because, again, I've been waiting like 2 weeks for this because UPS lost one of the packages, but they found it, it arrived. I digress. Let's crack these things right on open. Start right here with the bag that arrived from Huckberry. All right, so we have the Rewlen. These should be a camo cargo short. Get rid of that before you see my address. And then we have our Huckberry Danner Sandal collab. Really excited. Oh yeah, they look cool. They look cool. All right. There we go. So, Vibram sole, strappies. So I've been into these, I call them my adventure sandals. I have a pair of, I want to say Tecovas, they're boots. Tevas. I have a pair of Tevas that I really like, but my wife calls them the Jesus sandals because they have that little strap that goes over the big toe. And while I've actually hiked in them a lot. I've worn them to Disney, I've worn them to Dollywood, I've worn them to local, like Canova's amusement park that I talk about. I think I've worn them to like Hershey Park. They're really, really great and they're pretty comfortable, but I will say after a while, sometimes that strap that goes over my toe, it does get a little annoying. For like a hike, it's fine, but when I wore them to Disney for like a week straight, I did feel a little bit of irritation on my toe. Nothing like I didn't get any blisters or anything like that, but I really liked though having adventure sandals because they were super comfortable to wear, especially since these have a nice Vibram sole on them. You can wear them hiking and they're strapped to your feet so you don't have to worry about them falling off. And when you're going to amusement parks that have potentially water rides like flume rides or something like that where your feet are going to get wet, I hate having wet sneakers all day long. It's absolutely annoying. You come home, your feet are pruned, and they look as if you're like 950 years old. So I hate that. So I've been wearing my adventure sandals a lot more than just hiking, which is what my intended purpose was. So when I saw these Huckberry Danner collabs, I thought that these might work out a lot better because we have our strappy system. We have a nice Vibram outsole on this, so we're gonna have a lot of good traction, and it's not super, it's got a little bit of squish to it, so it's not going to be like a crazy stiff rugged sole, but it's got a lot of flex to it too. So we got some good flex, and the footbed feels incredibly comfortable. So I think these are probably gonna take over for my Tevas because I think they're gonna be a lot more comfortable to wear, and they are a collab. So this is one of the exclusives that you have to get from Huckberry. So let's just take a look at the other one. Get a little cleaner look because this one doesn't have the tag on it, but we do have, it's actually a padded heel cuff. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little bit of padding there in the heel. And we have, oh, was that a quick release too? Is that maybe. Oh yeah, so we have it looks like a fid lock. There's a magnetic lock on there too. There's a little lever that you press in. So that's cool. That one of the other things with the Tevas that I didn't like is the toe. It's one long strap like this. How you see the strap is in here and it goes all the way through. But it's one long strap with the Tevas, but for that toe piece, it goes down and through and up. So you really have to like work them almost every single time. And it's kind of annoying because I always have to pull that toe for the big toe like kind of out so you have room to get your big toe in there. And then you have to go back through and work it again because you don't have all of these little eyelets to feed it through. It's actually going through the rubber of the sole, so it doesn't just pull easily. And then you have a pull tab that you have to pull down. So I like this because once you set it, you can adjust it, and then once it's adjusted, you don't have to touch the tab anymore. You have a quick release. So these are really, really nice. Really digging the way these are looking. All right, let's check out these Rewlen shorts here while we're at it. Falling over. All right, so these feel nice, and yes, cargo shorts, because I'm a dad, and even before that, I love cargo shorts. They're my favorite shorts. I wear cargo shorts a lot in the summer, and I love cargo shorts for amusement parks, pairing them with the sandals, because cargo pockets are great for throwing your keys in there, or lots and lots of napkins. Amusement parks, summertime, heat, warm, ice cream, mess, napkins, lots and lots of napkins. So I always throw my car keys and I snap those in, and I throw lots and lots of napkins. On top of that, I like the way cargo shorts look. So, you know, even before I was a dad, I was always a cargo short guy. I love cargo shorts. They're my favorite type of shorts. And these feel really good. They're Relwens. These are size 32. They do have some buttons here so you can actually, do we have the, no we don't. Sometimes these have the military BDU style sides where you can zip them in, so you can actually, you don't need a belt with these. You can actually zip them in on the sides, so you don't have to actually use a belt, but we do have belt loops. But we do have all of these extra buttons, which I believe are from a military style, for more of a military suspender, so with a front and back. So you could probably put a military style suspender on here. Now we also have, which I kind of like too, ooh, that's nice, that's deeper than I expected too. That's coming down pretty far. We have the side access with a button flap, which is really nice because I could still throw my cell phone in my pocket and snap that in there so my cell phone can remain secure. Really, really like that. One thing I hate about slash pockets is when you sit down, your stuff falls out. So keys, change, earbuds, all that stuff usually slides out. I find it's more of a problem with slacks than with shorts, because shorts generally have a deeper pocket than slacks, but having this extra flap with the button will really help to secure anything in that pocket. So, and they're not as drastic either. They're kind of at more an angle on the top, as opposed to being right on the side where when you sit down everything can spill out. So that's actually at a pretty good angle as well. Flipping them over, we should have snap pockets on the back. Now, one thing I will say that I do prefer with like really military BDUs, and they're kind of going at that style here, is they would have button closures as opposed to these snap closures. And one thing I will do with a button closure is I will take a carabiner, because I use an S-biner for my keychain, and there's usually a hole for the button, and I will actually feed the carabiner of my keys through that hole and then dip them into my pocket, so I know that my keys are secured. So the one thing I would like to see different on these that I'm noticing right away before I even try them on my body is, instead of having snaps on the cargo pockets, I'd rather these have buttons, so I could have that hole to secure my carabiner through to make sure my keys aren't going to go anywhere. But the way these pockets are actually attached here, it's actually sewn on the side, and then there's a snap in the middle and on the end, as opposed to being two buttons on either end and having a fully open flap. So I think they're going to be pretty secure. I don't really have too much of a worry of something falling out. Something in there. Oh, look at that. Yep. So they even have, they should have, if this is accurate, there should be a hole in here in this pocket. There is. Okay. So this is interesting. So you see this thread here. Another reason, now that I'm seeing this, that I think these should have buttons is because we have, what these threads are for is you feed them through these holes on the side. We'll pull both ends of these through. And once they're out and you're wearing these, you actually tie that around your leg. So what that is actually for, it's actually a military thing. You actually tie the leg of your shorts and pants, BDU pants as well, will have this, so you don't have bulkheads flapping around. It's more of a tactical thing, I believe, if you will. But yeah, so that is why. If you get these shorts and you're wondering why you have these threads coming through and there's a hole in your pocket, that's what it's for. And then you just tuck them back through said hole when you're not using them, and they basically completely disappear. And if you don't like the feel of them in your pocket, which I have like actual BDU shorts that I have these in, some of them I just cut them out. I've actually just cut those straps out because they are a little bulky in there, and if you're not using them, which I've never actually had to use them for their intended purpose, but you can just cut them out of the shorts and then they're completely fine, and it should be, yeah, I can feel it. It's on both sides. So it's just going to kind of sit in the bottom of your pocket there. They're sewn into the pocket, so you will either have to cut that seam. That's probably sewn in. There's a little piece of bar tacking right here. So you can see that. Can you see that? Yeah, there's a little piece of bar tacking here, and that's where they're sewn in. So you could probably either loose that seam and they'll come out, or you can just straight up cut them out. But yeah, pretty nice. It's a solid looking, pretty much military inspired pair of BDU shorts. Now let's check out these OluKais that we've had waiting someplace for a week now. Oh, all right. I expected them to just be in some sort of shipping box, but we actually have a nice little OluKai box here. Let's pop them open. Nope, that's just the hanger for displays. It'll probably go through the thong of the flip-flop. Ooh, oh, that's nice. Oh yeah, these are different than the ones I had in the past. These actually have like a foam padding in them. I believe I had the same outsole, but the foam padding here is different. So that seems that it automatically feels really, really comfortable. The last ones I had an all rubber top. They were a year or two ago. They were really, really comfortable. But these, again, I thought these were a different version or a different sandal, and they do have this nice foam, and it's pretty thick too. We got a decent thickness on the heel too, so it's not like a thin, crappy flip-flop. We'll go through the specs of all these. I don't remember offhand, but I think these are around the $50 price point, which is something that you could probably get a couple of seasons out of, instead of like, I used to always just buy cheap flip-flops because they'd wear out in like less than a summer. And then I got a pair of, I got a different brand, I don't remember what they were, and they lasted me a while. And then I got a pair of OluKais, and I've had them for they finally wore out. I wore the sole pretty much down. Had them for like 2 years, and they were really, really comfortable the entire time. I was actually, even though they were worn out, they're still really comfortable, and I didn't want to get rid of them. Actually, I didn't get rid of them. They're in the shed. They're the ones I wear to cut the grass, because yes, I cut the grass in flip-flops, but I can't really wear them long distances, but I can wear them around the backyard cutting the grass. So they're retired, if you will, but I still actually have them. But these have feels like a much nicer, much more comfortable footbed in them, so I'm really, really liking that. So nice, really liking them. In the thong, from what I remember too, the first time I put them on, no itchy, no scratchy between the toes. That's an issue I found sometimes, especially with cheap ones. If you get cheap flip-flops, sometimes that thong in the middle, it's just irritating in between your toes for a little while. Usually it breaks in, not a problem, once you get a little foot sweat going on and you wear them in. They're normally fine, but until you get that, sometimes that's a little itchy and irritating. It was not the case from what I remember with the original OluKais I had, so I think these are going to be a great addition to my summer footwear, because I wear a lot of flip-flops in the summer. Yeah, I basically live them. I wear shoes to work, and as soon as I come home, I take off my shoes and socks and I put on flip-flops if I'm doing anything else. Even if I'm wearing jeans, I like jeans and flip-flops. And I will say, as a youth, I grew up as a skater kid. I hated flip-flops. I would only wear flip-flops at the beach. That was it. And I'd wear them to the sand, and I would take them off, and I would carry them, and then I'd wear them from the sand across the boardwalk back to the hotel, or like to the pool. I would never wear flip-flops. I hated flip-flops. I'd either rather be in barefoot, which I didn't like to be in barefoot. Now I love being barefoot, but I wouldn't wear flip-flops. But I would say the past 7 or 8 years, I've really embraced the flip-flop. I've worn them a lot more, probably my mid-30s on, but only like when I needed them when it was really hot. But really the past like 7 years, so I guess close to my mid-30s on, I've been wearing them as much as I possibly can. I will wear flip-flops as often and as long as I can into the fall and early in the spring because I just love them. I find free feet is a really, really good thing. Now the Huckberry Danner Wallowa collab sandal comes in at $140 USD. Now this mossy oak bottomland camo is the exclusive colorway only available at Huckberry. They say these have water-friendly, quick-drying nylon straps with a padded heel strap for secure and comfortable fit. As we demonstrated, they do have a top latch buckle for easy on and off access with a contoured footbed, and they feature a Vibram traction cascade outsole with texturized micro lugs. And in case you are wondering, yes, these are recraftable, so if you wear out these soles, you can send them back to Danner and they will put a new sole on them and you can continue to wear these sandals. Now mine are a size 9, which is my standard sneaker slash flip-flop sandal size, and I will say they are fitting me really, really nicely. First go around just pacing around the room, they feel really, really nice in the sole. While these are brand new, I am still getting a fair amount of squish out of this footbed and they are feeling nice and secure on my feet. I feel like I can go hiking in these, and one of the reasons that I really hesitated for some time even getting those Tevas was the fact that when you're hiking, you get little rocks, little pebbles, all that stuff can go underneath your foot and become very uncomfortable very, very quickly. But the one thing and why I call them my adventure sandals is because they do secure to the foot nicely and they don't leave much of a gap for anything really to come underneath. And I feel as though these Wallowas are doing the same thing as those Tevas. I have a little bit of gap underneath there so I can get a little bit of airflow, but I don't have a large gap where I feel like I'm going to get anything stuck underneath between the insole and my foot and step down and get that painful shoot that feels like it goes all the way through your entire body. So they are secured to my feet, they are comfortable on my feet, and I kind of like this camo colorway. Once again, I enjoy camouflage and olive drab, and while mossy oak is generally more associated with hunting camo, these do have a bit more of a military camo vibe to them. So yes, I am even grooving on this limited colorway only available at Huckberry. Now for the OluKai Ohana Sandal. These come in at $80 USD. They are available in a canoe and rock colorway, a clay and Mustang colorway, a dark Java and Ray colorway, or seen here as the black and dark shadow. They are available in sizes 8 through 13, and once again I am wearing these in a size 9. The strap on these is a mixture of leather and a jersey knit liner. They say these are a water-friendly, versatile flip-flop that is ideal for the beach, water, and prolonged outdoor activities. And I can say, with my past experience with OluKai sandals, yes, they are comfortable all day, pretty much no matter what you are doing. I've worn my old ones to the beach, I've worn them around town, and I've actually done more than just cut the grass. I have helped my friend build a deck in a pair of OluKais because, yeah, I've gotten to the point in life where I'm comfortable enough working around power tools with flip-flops on, and they're comfortable even on quote-unquote the job site. Although I don't recommend that. If you're a professional and you are building, you should probably wear boots for all-day comfort and protection. But trying them on for the first time, they are feeling even more comfortable than I remember my old OluKais being. This footbed is really nice. I feel like my foot is sinking into it just enough to give me some really good comfort, but not so much where I feel like I'm going to be walking on a pillow that will flatten and wear out really, really quickly. So just pacing around again, feeling great. I'm feeling no irritation between the toes with the thong strap. They are feeling great and incredibly comfortable. And this standard black colorway will go with even my most camouflage of shorts, whether they be my Relwen Woodland Camo M-51 cargo shorts or my frog camo hybrids that I just reviewed. The black colorway will work with any clothing option. And then let's move into the Relwen M-51 lightweight cargo shorts. These are a Huckberry exclusive that comes in at $198 USD. They are seen here in the camo olive colorway, but they are also available in a desert khaki and a surplus olive. They come in sizes 30 through 38, and mine are a size 32. And for point of reference, I am 5'9", roughly 100 to 185 pounds. I am a vanity size 32 waist or a size medium in bottoms. These are made from 70% cotton and 30% nylon. And as suspected, the styling of these is borrowed from the US Army's M-51 field pants, which is one of the most famous military issued garments of all times. And yes, I have actually had several pairs of the vintage M-51 military BDU pants from working at the Army Navy store, and they are one of my favorites. I might even have one pair of cutoffs still left from the good old days. We have already touched on a couple of those details, so let's just go right into the fit here. And these are fitting and feeling really, really nice. As I said, these are a size 32 waist, which is my standard waist size for shorts and pants. And I have a little bit of room in here, just like I would with any other pair of pants, so they are fitting me as I would expect. Now, I do have these adjustable pull tabs on either side, so I can either shrink these down, or I can combine this with a belt and use the belt loops for more security. And as I said, they do have buttons, so if I wanted to go that route, I can actually wear these with a pair of suspenders as well. But they are fitting and feeling great with the quality and construction that I have come to know and expect from Relwen. I've had many pairs of Relwen shorts, pants, and tops over the years now, and I really love this brand and this company. And just like everything else, these are fitting and feeling really, really great. They feel very durable. The construction of these feels amazing. Like I can actually wear these for the next several years and they will still look basically like this brand new. And they're feeling good. I like the way they're fitting and draping over the body. Once again, the only change that I would personally make to these would be that I would add buttons as opposed to snaps to the pockets, at least for the cargo pockets. I feel like it makes them a little bit more secure, and I really just like to throw my carabiner through that loop of the button eyelet, and it really helps secure my keys when I'm out and about, especially when you're going on roller coasters and you're bouncing around. You don't want to lose those things because then you're stranded. But other than that, these are fitting and feeling amazing. Really, really like what I'm seeing out of these right out of the box, but time will tell. We will have to test these. So how we're going to test all of these things: shorts, as we would any pair of shorts, daily wear. I'll probably toss these on after work today. Flip-flops, the OluKais, they'll be my daily wear. When I come home, take off my shoes, throw the OluKais on, and that will be what I wear daily. The Huckberry Danner Wallowas, these are going to be my adventure sandals. We got some things coming up. We're going to amusement parks. We're going on vacation. We're going to be hiking, all of that stuff. So when I do all of those things, I'm going to be wearing the Wallowas. Now I will combine, I'll probably take both these on vacation. We're going to the beach for like a week, so I'll have some like regular walking around, but we're going to Wildwood. If we do like Maury's Piers, I'll want to have something a little more secure on my feet, so I'll probably switch into the Wallowa. So I'll bring both these on vacation, but I'm really interested to test out the Wallowas in a hiking situation. I really want to see if I'm going to get any of that debris underneath. Just a test fit. They feel like they were secured to my feet nicely, where I had a little bit of gap underneath, which is nice. I like that for the airflow. It helps to keep your feet from just sweating to death and giving you, again, 90-year-old woman feet from having you self-prune from hiking in the heat and sweating so much. But I feel like there was a little bit of air gap underneath to help get some airflow, but it wasn't so much where I'm going to get like a rock or even a pebble under there where I step down and you get that pain that shoots from your foot all the way to the tip of your head. So I think these are going to be a really good option, but we're not going to know until we test them out. So we'll be doing some hiking. I think that's going to be 2 weeks out though, because this next weekend we're quite busy. We've got birthday parties. We got a few, and then I think we're good for the season. I think we're good until the fall. Hopefully, fingers crossed. When you have kids, it seems like every other weekend you're at a birthday party. It's insane. But daily use on our OluKais here, we're going to get rid of I'm currently wearing just a cheap pair because my other OluKais wore out. I just needed something because I knew I had these OluKais coming. They just weren't coming quick enough. And then we're going to start daily wearing. I'll probably throw these into my rotation of, I'll definitely throw these in rotation for my daily wear. I come home, I take off my jeans, I take off my shoes and socks, I throw on slippers or sandals, flip-flops, and I also throw on a pair of shorts, and that's what I live in for the rest of the day. So we're going to put these into rotation for our daily wears, and we'll get our lower half foot coverings tested out in different situations there. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it so you can patience the next time I post a brand new video, like the full real user review of any of these products here. Thank you, and good night.